Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Comes to you live from the outskirts of the internet. It's the Gaming Saloon for November 2nd, 2025, with your host, Peace248, and wrap it up, Salon.
Hi.
It's the show where we get to bitch about Microsoft a whole bunch. And most of it will be Halo related. Aren't you excited?
No.
I take the silence as the no.
I mean, I said no.
Okay, it didn't pick up for some reason.
I watched it. It picked up.
Okay. But yeah, we get to talk about that and other stuff. But first, Tommy, we've been playing the last couple weeks.
I mean, Power Wash Simulator.
How has the washing?
I have been doing the rando part of it, kind of deal. Basically trying to get stuff prepped for the async that I'm in. Because, yeah, no, I'm not crazy enough to do literally every check in the game.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I'm like, no, thank you. But I think I figured out hopefully a decent length one for it. It still has to be pared down more if we were doing it in like a sync one. But I think this should be a good async length. Hobbs' async started yesterday, so I have played more KH2 and Prime. But really, that's about it.
So, Vampire Survivors did an update. I forgot to put it in the articles, but they did a Balatro free update. So not only do they have online co-op now, they've also added in a adventure mode for the Castlevania stuff. They also added in more Castlevania characters because fuck it, why not? So there's like 12 more Castlevania characters. But they added in Balatro stuff. So now there are several Balatro themed characters. There is a Balatro map, which is basically the playfield in Balatro. And also they added in a whole new mechanic. So, you know how in Balatro you can get tarot cards? So what if you applied that mechanic, but now instead of tarots, it's the other characters in Vampire Survivors, at least the vanilla characters. And they basically go, buff this stat immediately, get buff this stat over the course of like several levels, and or take this debuff. Or maybe and take this debuff depending on the rarity. And the rarities can also like do multiple just straight stat upgrades, multiple like overtime upgrades, overtime debuffs. Like there is a whole system that they've put in now that I'm like, you could already do some nutso dumb stuff, because I would show you, or I would drop in the chat what happened today, but I can't because it's too big. I think the most I can do is share my screen to you.
I don't have any easy way of capturing that on stream.
Fair. I was gonna post this on Blue Sky, but I haven't yet. It was just one of those, Vampire Survivors did an update. Time to do some bullshit, I guess. But I can at least show you. This will be on my Blue Sky, like, probably tomorrow. So this was today. You can't hear it, but it's a wonderful cacophony of noises. I think I also have to give the warning on Blue Sky of like, if you're photosensitive, don't watch this. But additionally, there's this, I forget the specific name of it. I think it's called the Devil Finger. If you pick it up, it increases the speed of the game, but depending on the amount of kills you get while that's happening, you get several rewards and stuff. And so this is what happens when that's active. Bear in mind, the audio is also sped up during that as well. It's a wonderful cacophony of noises. And that's with me doing no Balatro bullshit. Because also with the Balatro, I think the first map you have to do in order to or no, you don't have to do that. That's just a different map. On this one map, you can pay gold to spin a wheel. So you basically go, let's go gambling on a Vampire Survivors map to get like buffs and stuff. And I'm like, this is beautiful and perfect. If you haven't noticed, I've been stalling on the Saturday pre-shows with random bullshit because I've kind of been waiting for all of this to come out and to be back on my Vampire Survivors bullshit on Saturdays.
I mean, fair.
But yeah, that's all out now, and it's free. Like, everything I just described is free. You just download the game then pay how much ever it is at the moment, and you're good. Like, Castlevania stuff, not so much because that'll be put into the Castlevania DLC. But the Balatro stuff, that's free. So yeah, I played a little bit of that. I've got Zenless and Star Rail set up in terms of event stuff to kind of like round out both of them, especially Star Rail because their new update is Tuesday. I want to say it's Tuesday. The big finale patch for the storyline they've been doing for the last year, basically. So it'll be fun to play that and then forget to talk about it in 2 weeks because I probably will forget talk about it in 2 weeks. Because I will slam through the story that day and then just forget to talk. Besides that, it hasn't been much. I tried to print the Forza Kimi I made, but I needed to make adjustments and I hadn't did a reprint. But I need to do that sometime this week. But yeah, that's basically it. Shall we get to the news then?
I guess so.
So you remember how Nintendo was trying to sue Pal World over their copyright and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, that's been thrown out of court, and Nintendo was basically told, "Fuck off." So basically, they're just like, "Look, this doesn't count. It's in other games. Piss off." No. So how do you feel about Nintendo losing?
Kind of mixed because this definitely feels like they at least have some ground, but I feel like they're going about it the wrong way.
Especially since they're like, our monster capture one is what we're suing over, and I'm like, you're not gonna try to sue over some of these designs? No. All right, whatever. Oh well. Next up, oh boy, how would you like 14,000 more jobs to be put on the counter for people who have been laid off this year? Because Amazon has laid off 14,000 people across its various divisions. This includes their game division. I think that's a Lord of the Rings MMO has been canceled again. I talked about this past week on streams, but there's this wonderful quote from a former VP of theirs. That talked about how they tried to dethrone Steam in terms of the PC marketplace and couldn't because they didn't understand what they were doing. I feel like everything said in there, I'm like, you can apply this to anyone who's been trying to like disrupt the market and trying to worm their way in and not realize what they're doing and fuck up. But I guess any thoughts?
No.
All right. The Life is Strange folks have hooked up with Netflix, and they're going to be making a game adaptation of a major IP. Whatever could it be? Like it's gonna be Stranger Things, isn't it? Like what the fuck else would it be? Because I don't think they can do Wednesday because that involves another party. I think. I don't know. Does Netflix have the rights to the Addams Family?
I doubt it.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck beef is. I mean, I won't say no to Chloe because I think that's the female wrestling league drama that Netflix runs that I've never seen an episode for. But like, it's going to be Stranger Things, especially since it's like a major IP, and it's like, and I'm just like, name a major IP that is exclusive to Netflix, or that's exclusively Netflix's. Like, what? Can you even give me 5 things?
Probably not, but I don't watch much on Netflix.
It's fair. I don't either. So yeah, I guess this is basically saying Don't Nod's doing a Stranger Things thing. Yay, I guess. I don't know. How do you feel?
It depends. Is it going to get off the ground or not?
Yeah. If it happens and we see a trailer for it, then I will care. If it doesn't and we get no trailer for it, then I will not care.
Even if we get a trailer, you still don't want to care because, I mean, it may or may not be released.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Halo. So Halo Studios at the Halo World Championships has revealed Halo Campaign Evolved. This is their remake of just the Halo 1 single player. I need to emphasize that. This is just the Halo 1 single player. They are not remaking the multiplayer in any way, shape, or form.
Yet.
Ah, you see, because they're going to do a Halo Fortnite thing, and that will be the multiplayer.
Infinite was supposed to be.
I know, but now they're doing another one.
Hence why I said yet. Because they'll abandon it, much like they did with Infinite. And then we'll get Halo multiplayer evolved.
So this will be 4-player co-op. It'll be the entire campaign. They're apparently reworking things about the campaign. We've already seen some changes with Silent Cartographer that some of the original Halo or some of the original Bungie folks are like, that was a stupid change. The main one I've seen is, you know how you can't, well, you can try, but you're not normally supposed to take the Warthog up to the Hunters in Silent Cartographer?
You mean
Yeah,
the ones in the tunnel there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they removed the blockade there, so you can take the Warthog right up to the Hunters.
Well, that was dumb.
Those are the exact words from one of the Bungie devs. That's not only one of them, the exact person who put the damn rocks there to start with is like, that's a dumb decision. You're not supposed to be able to take it up to the Hunters.
Not supposed
Good
to.
job.
Are you meaning where you unlock the tunnels to actually get to the cartographer? That area there?
Yes. It's like later in the mission, I believe.
Yeah, that's extremely dumb because to even get to there, you're supposed to kind of, if you want the Warthog or a Ghost, either one, to get back there, you're supposed to kind of force it in.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you now. You just go.
So they're essentially ruining it. Noted.
Well, apparently they're reusing assets from Halo Infinite to make this because this is being made in Unreal Engine 5. There apparently is an extra seat in the Warthog. I didn't see it unless I'm blind. Apparently it's a 4-seater now instead of a 3-seater.
Warthog always was a 4-seater.
And Halo 1?
Oh, wait, no.
I was about to say, so it's like, wait, what?
No, I'm thinking about the ones in 3.
Yeah, the troop carrier ones, not like the vanilla regular Warthog.
Yeah, no, it's a 3.
It's apparently a 4-seater. So I keep saying people saying that they put an extra seat in there, and I'm like, I don't see it. And I've seen that Warthog already, and I'm like, I don't know where. What are you people talking about? I did notice that the assault rifle's clip has been cut in half. It's now 32 instead of 64.
I can't wait for them to release this and it not sell. Because people are still gonna be playing CE through Master Chief Collection, through Anniversary Proper, through the original PC release of it.
But here's the thing. This is coming to Xbox Series X and S, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Steam, and PlayStation 5.
And the only people that'll care about it won't even really care about it, but it'll be the PS5 people.
Podcast I listened to brought up a very valid point in relation to this. Do you know that they did a remaster of Gears 1 and put it out on PlayStation and no one gave a shit?
Mm-hmm.
I see this going about the same.
Well, I mean, because if they wanted to play Halo or Gears, they would just buy an Xbox.
Or they would just play it on PC, because it's not like Halo takes that much in terms of horsepower. It's fucking Halo.
All this is Microsoft seeing other studios doing remasters in a new engine before releasing a new game, and they're figuring they can do the same.
Ah, but there's more to that, but we'll get to that later.
Because there is a reason why Prime 4 looks oddly familiar to Prime Remaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's a common practice. Remaster something that you already know how it's built in your new engine to see if your new engine's actually good or not.
I believe that was my exact comment to someone who was like, "Where's the Prime trilogy? Why did they only release one?" And I go, "I think it's because they were because Retro did not have Prime 4 originally. It was supposedly at Bandai Namco. We don't know for certain." Because Nintendo does not want to throw under the bus whoever had Prime 4 originally.
We never heard it from Nintendo, but I think we did know that that Bandai Namco had it originally.
Yeah, there was a job listing that basically said they had it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever explicitly said it though.
Yeah, Nintendo will not say who because they do not want to throw Bandai Namco under the bus because that is their Smash devs.
And apparently Kirby Air Riders.
Yeah, they're basically buddy-buddy with Sakurai. They're like, we don't want to throw them under the bus or else they will probably attempt to poach Sakurai. Anywho, since Retro was doing whatever the fuck Retro was doing before they got it given Prime 4, they basically did the remaster for Prime 1 to get ready for Prime 4 so they had assets and stuff that they could use. I think that was legitimately something I read a while back.
I still feel like some aspects of at least Prime 3 had to have been in the works too, though. Because for Prime 4 to actually have mouse controls, something that for really 3 kind of had, because yeah, it was with the Wiimote, but still, I think Galaxy and Galaxy 2's releases kind of have showed those are really one and the same. It's one of those, I feel like 3, maybe not in a complete, but at least has a marginal amount of work. It wouldn't surprise me if Prime 4 sells good, we don't see 2 and 3 remaster pop up before 5.
Yeah.
Because I get they've went on record saying there is no 2 or 3. But I have to doubt that there is no 2 or 3. I have to think there's something there, just not enough to be a game.
There's something on the back burner that we're slow cooking for a while, just in case.
And it's mostly just because of how 4 is. I feel like at least aspects of it had to have been worked. This with Halo, it feels like they're just wanting to do their own thing.
Yeah.
This does not feel like what we're seeing with Prime. This doesn't feel like what we've seen with different games throughout past even that have been remastered before the next one in their series comes out.
Additionally, there will be 3 prequel missions focused on the possibly building relationship of Johnson and Chief.
Why?
Good question.
Their relationship is built through the 3 games. Did these devs not play the games?
Probably not.
Dear God. Johnson was... I feel like Johnson was originally supposed to just be a throwaway character anyhow.
I mean, yeah, it's like he's kind of supposed to die in 1, but then the novel, like technically the sequel novel to 1 says, no, he survived with one of the Pelican pilots and a couple other staff members from the...
and that one elite.
I can't remember the name of the ship because I'm like, Forward on a Dawn? No, that's the wrong ship. Right?
Yeah, that's the wrong ship. That's 3 ship.
Okay, I thought so. What is 1 ship's?
Pillar of Autumn.
Pillar of Autumn. Yeah, a couple staff members from Pillar of Autumn, and they went and hijacked a Covenant ship, and that's how they got back to Earth.
And all of that is just because people actually like Johnson.
Yep.
From the very little that he is in Halo 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of his personality stuff is from 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of 2 and 3, they might be remaking those campaigns as well. Also, the multiplayer is going to be Halo 7, basically. Are you excited? Look at all this Halo we're getting.
If there ever was proof that 343 knows absolutely nothing about what they're doing with Halo, I think this is it.
I mean, they're totally not having problems with leadership at that studio that has been reported on in the last few weeks. Not at all. Look, the moment all the leadership for Halo 4 left, and then left it in the hands of the Spartan Ops people, that's where 343 is very much just spiraled out of control and just hasn't been able to figure out what the fuck they're doing since then.
No. Ever since 343 came into existence is where 343 is just spiraled out of control without knowing what to do. Because while I will defend Halo 4's story, the copy and paste Call of Duty multiplayer that Halo 4 had tells me that 343 did not understand Halo. They somehow stumbled upon someone that actually knew how to write a story that worked. And that was about it.
Yes. Who had a personal investment in the story he was telling, literally, which is why that story was something. But then everything else fell apart when basically him and everyone else who helped make that narrative happen fucked off.
And I almost wouldn't be surprised if at some point down the road it came out that 4's story actually was like storyboarded before Bungie was removed from Halo. Because that would actually make more sense.
I'm trying to think of what else I'm going to say in relation to this. You also get to wield the energy sword in Halo 1 now. You know that thing you never got to do before until 2?
I don't have a problem with that. Because I feel like that was a missed opportunity that the PC port had.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for those that don't know, the PC port did actually introduce the flamethrower. That was supposed to be in CE to begin with. So, it wouldn't have surprised me if the PC port had also implemented energy swords being a thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But, good news. They're fixing the library.
Now it'll only be 3 times as long.
Oh, God. Yeah, especially...
How do you fix it?
I don't know. They just said they're fixing it.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, how do you fix it? You've really got 2 options to even remotely fix it. One, give it a rework from the ground up. Still make it be you climbing the tower, but instead of having the forced waiting periods, it's a little more fluid.
Which I doubt that, because all the footage from the Silent Cartographer level they showed off looks exactly laid out exactly like how Silent Cartographer is right now. So they changed nothing.
So then the only other option is to shorten the amount of layers. But then at that point, how are you going to condense all of the talking flashlights dialogue and still make it make sense?
We're going to put all that in a cutscene when you're done, since they are redoing the cutscenes.
It's one of those, I don't think it'll work. Because the problem with the library, it isn't that it is difficult, it's that it's long.
Yeah.
It is a freaking gauntlet. Granted, if you can do that on Legendary, co-op Legendary at that, then kudos, because you probably can beat the entire game on Legendary at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of its thing too. It is the benchmark of, if you can survive, more power to you. I don't see a fix for that.
Well, related to all of this Halo news, have you ever wondered why Microsoft have been like doing all of this for the last like several years?
I mean,
well,
we all know why Moneysoft is doing anything.
Well, according to Jason Schreier in Dynabass, I about said boss, Dynabass, who are very reliable folks breaking this kind of information. Or no, Jason Schreier. Oh, never mind. Anyway, they're basically reporting that Xbox has been mandated to get a 30% accountability margin, i.e. a 30% profit margin by Microsoft. So can you guess what the average is for the industry?
Mm-hmm. Not that.
About 17 to 22%.
Yeah, but that's because they weren't selling games at $70 a pop or more.
Nintendo, with the Switch 1, could only get a 29% profit margin, I think, for 1 year, from what I heard from a podcast. Consider that. Nintendo.
Nintendo also doesn't discount anything.
Yeah. But still, what are your direct comparisons there? Can't even hit a 30% margin with the third best selling console of all time. Also, Microsoft 2 years ago only hit 12.
Yeah, that can be 30.
But yeah, this is basically why Microsoft is taking a hatchet to anything and everything that they can get a hold of.
After buying anything and everything that they could get a hold of?
Yes. That's the stupidly ironic part of all of this. They bought all of these studios, 2 major third-party publishers, in a desperate attempt to fill out Game Pass's library with material so people will buy Game Pass, because the Xbox Series X flopped miserably and continues to flop. It is down 30% this year in terms of sales, and they expect it to keep going down. Also, I think Game Pass had like a 1% growth. But yeah, they did all of this, and now being slapped with a you need to make 30% profit margin in general, mind you, not in time, no, not eventually, now. Why do I get the feeling that a hole has been dug next to that eventual grave that EA is in, and Xbox is currently occupying that hole? Like, am I wrong for thinking that like this is Microsoft trying to kill Xbox?
Oh, they killed it immediately when the Play Anywhere initiative began.
Yeah, especially because Sarah Bond was like, exclusives are antiquated. You don't need exclusives anymore. It's just the biggest games are on multiple platforms. Saying two things that they specifically bought, and then two other things that are platforms within themselves. Because she is forced to say the stupidest, dumbest bullshit in existence to try to save face. Because there's no human alive that would believe anything she said. But yeah, I just have this feeling that like Xbox is basically going to be scrapped and either sold in bulk to someone who's willing to pay it, or it's going to be scrapped for parts. I don't know if that's the future, but I have a gut feeling that that's the future.
I mean, yeah.
Granted, I don't know where anything goes at this point because Nintendo sure ain't buying anybody. They're not stupid enough to do that. I think the most Nintendo will entertain is the idea of buying Rare. Maybe. If only to be spiteful pricks about it and be like, oh, you bought Rare, and then look what you did with it. We're going to buy them off you for pennies and then let them continue to develop Seas of Thieves. And then maybe give Banjo-Kazooie to someone else in our office. Maybe. But like, where does Activision Blizzard go? Back independent? Where does basically Bethesda go? Do they get to go independent again? And like, where do all the small studios that like Microsoft bought, like Double Fine and Ninja Theory, where do they go? Like, are they gonna like? I know the options where they go, and none of them are good. Let's be honest, none of them are good options. So thanks, Microsoft. You bungled the industry in your complete and utter ineptitude.
Again.
Yes, again. The only positive thing that I have to say about Microsoft is, oh, hey, someone built the Xbox prototype and made it a functional Xbox. That was cool to watch a video about. Granted, finding out that the case of it was made from milled aluminum made me go, why the fuck was it made from milled fucking aluminum? That is nuts. Anywho, do we have anything else?
No.
All right, then. Releases. We're going to start on the 3rd with Wild West Shooter Bundle Code in a Box for Switch and Devil Jam for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch. On the 4th, Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition for PlayStation 5. Farming Simulator 25, Highlands Fishing for Series X and PlayStation 5. Football Manager 26 for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 5, Android and iOS. Let's Sing for 2026 for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch. Satisfactory for Series X and PlayStation 5. On the 5th, Sonic Rumble for Android and iOS. On the 6th, the most important thing that's on this list, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for Switch 2.
I thought you were fixing to make a joke. Say something like Boxes Lost Fragment or like that.
No. I am making a joke because it's the one thing I care about that no one else will care about.
I mean, it probably is the only thing on the list that people care about is Hyrule Warriors.
Even though it's the Hyrule Warriors no one wants, because it's more Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom Hyrule Warriors and not here's all the Zelda characters Hyrule Warriors. Which I'm like, fair, but that doesn't make it not a good game. It's still a good game, I swear. Anywho, we've got My Sims and My Sims Kingdom for iOS. On the 7th, House of the Dead 2 Remake Infect Edition for Switch. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Final Answer Edition for PlayStation 5 and Switch. Crow Country for PlayStation 5 and Switch. That's an indie game that is styled like the original Resident Evils. But it's kind of third person, like not necessarily top down, kind of not isometric, but it's kind of in that style of the Resident Evils. It's really good from what I've seen. Let's see. On the 10th, Surviving Mars relaunch for Series X and PlayStation 5. On the 13th, Altair Riza 2, 3. I assume that's 1, which is Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout DX, and the Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack for PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and Switch 2, basically. Plunk Bat is on Series X and PlayStation 5, which is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for those that don't know. Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 for Switch 2. On the 14th, the thing I feel like has just been like thrown out there and no one cares. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. Like, I might say this every year, but does this feel like they've just thrown a Call of Duty out the door with like no fanfare, no nothing? They're just like, oh, it'll sell probably.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. But it'll sell, probably.
Yeah. Also, Monster Hunter Stories 1, 2, and a collection for Xbox One and Series X. And that's basically it. You can find the full list in the notes in the description down below on the YouTube. So anything else?
No.
All right, then. Thursday, we're going to hopefully wrap up the Oskimi. Going to finish off that head. Probably be making adjustments after that, but the bulk of the work will be done. Friday, it is Cubiverse with Spyro. I get to play as Spyro for the first time ever. Hooray! Saturday will be a thing.
Yep.
Next Sunday, we get back to Game the Show. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back to maybe talk about better news. hope. But anyway, if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube Jack is YouTube archive for this and all our other streams. Exclamation point social and Jack gets the handles for all of our social media, so you know when we love live. Exclamation point Discord and Jack is bye. Say hi. See you Thursday, folks.